Right, Yuri. For some reason, this worked last time, and we're gonna try and keep it going. Okay, we're gonna try and keep it going. So, we're gonna do a we bit of a recap here, but I want to say you did so good. You did so fantastic, and I want you to keep up the work. Okay, so let's have a recap. Probability exists on a scale of 0 to 1, right? Over on this side, it's not going to happen. Never, never will it ever happen. Not going to happen. This is absolutely no chance of it ever happening ever. 1, definitely. This is definitely going to happen. Okay? So 0 to 1. If you ever get an answer that is larger than 1, if it is greater than 1, it is wrong. If you get a answer that is smaller than 0, it is wrong. Okay? All of your answers are going to be somewhere in here. Okay? Right. Probability. Let's remind ourselves the total number of outcomes over the number of wanted outcomes. We also sometimes call this favor favorable outcomes. Okay, so the things that we want to happen. Okay, so this is how we calculate probability. So if I wanted the probability of getting a 6 on a dice, I would have the total number of outcomes, which is 6, right? Because dice have 6 sides, and 1 over 6, because there's only one option that I'm going to get. Now, up until now, we've been talking about theoretical probability. Okay, so this is the ideas of probability. This is what we expect to happen. Sometimes, though, there are things that are just too difficult to predict. We just can't know, right? So, for example, if I wanted to find out how much the Columbia women's soccer team has won, what is the likelihood that the Colombian women's soccer team is going to win a game? Okay. I I know that there's three different options, right? They can either win or lose or draw. Okay? But how do I know what this number here is going to be? How do I know what the, like it's so hard to know. You could get one of those, but it's not. Some teams are just trash. Some teams are just trash, right? So if I said that there's one option here, lose out of 3, well, if you're a trash team and you lose 27 out of 30 games, right? That's not the same as 1 over 3. That's something completely different. And we can't actually predict it through simply looking at the number of options that are there and instead putting a number on top of the number of favorable outcomes. We actually have to experiment. We have to roll our dice and find out what's going to happen. So let's look at an example. So let's look at an example. Okay, this is the record in 2023 for Colombia's women's soccer team. Okay, so these are all of the games that Colombia's women's soccer team has played in 2023. And we want to find out the probability that they are going to win. The probability that they will win. So this is what we're looking for right here, the probability that we're going to win. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a chart, and we're going to say game, okay, and we're going to say win. We're going to say total wins. Okay? This is the chart that we're making. So the games are really easy. We're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down, right? Down, 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 all the way down. The wins is whether or not they have actually won that game, and then the total wins is the number of wins that they've had so far. Okay, so let's look at the first example, this one right here. The 15th of February, we have played one game. Okay, one game has been played. Did Colombia win? No. Colombia did not win. Colombia tied. Okay? So let's look at game 2. Now we're up to game 2. Did Colombia win? Yes. Colombia won. So here we have 0 total wins, and now we've got 1 total win. Okay? Next game, game 3. Did Colombia win? No. They tied. Game 4. Did they win? No, they didn't. No, 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 no. Now, we need to make a fraction. We need to make a probability and define that. Okay, so we need to define the probability that Colombia is going to win. Okay, so how many total games have been played? How many total games have been played? Well, we can look at all of the games with a color on them. So let me get rid of some of this over on the left and let me change my ink color. So everything that Colombia has played is in this. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the total number of games that have been played is 7. So the bottom of our fraction is going to be 7. How many games have won? How many games have Colombia won? They've won this one, and they have won this one. So the likelihood that Colombia is going to win, the probability that they will win, is 2 out of 7. So this is how we do long run experimental frequency. Yeah, this is the experimental theory. So now that you've done this, you have all the things that you need to do pages. What pages? 11 to 14. So pages 11 to 14. So give that a go. You're going to be awesome. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah? Nice work.